let's queer up the USA view. New study in GOP-led states, school hate crimes have increased 400%. Recent data from the F.B.I. sheds light on a troubling surge in hate crimes against LGBTQ+ students, particularly in states with laws limiting LGBTQ+ rights. The Washington Post reported that incidents quadrupled on K-12 campuses in these states, reflecting a nationwide conflict over LGBTQ+ youth rights. Between 2015 to 2019, and 2021 to 22, reported hate crimes against LGBTQ+ individuals doubled nationwide. This alarming trend underscores the growing dangers faced by LGBTQ+ students, especially in the 28 states with restrictive laws. In those states, hate crime reportings have increased 400% in the last decade. These statistics urge us to open our eyes to the reality at hand, especially amidst the tragic stories like that of Oklahoma teen Nex Benedict's death after a school altercation. This unfortunate incident highlighted the dire consequences of hateful environments. Meanwhile, Virginia's transgender student Carden talked to the Post about experiences of harassment, revealing the daily challenges LGBTQ+ youth endure. The Post also mentioned the increased demand for LGBTQ+ youth crisis services, emphasizing the mental health crisis among the demographic. The Trevor Project, for instance, saw crisis contacts more than double, reaching over 500,000 in a single year. Lance Preston, founder and executive director of the Rainbow Youth Project, shared with the Post that many young individuals reach out to them, expressing sentiments such as, "My government is against me, my school doesn't accept me, and they want to erase my existence." Now, I will say this, I have a sibling who just recently came out, and they are very young, still in grade school. So this frightens me because we are not in the most liberal of states when it comes to LGBTQ+ rights and treatment. So I will say this, to my sibling, I love you dearly. I will make sure to the best of my abilities nothing happens to you, and to all the queer youth out there in grade school. This world is so large and massive. There are so many people that love you and are rooting for you and are cheering for you and are fighting for you. Do not feel alone or isolated just because you clock into school at 9 a.m.? No, they go to school earlier than that.
Way early.
7 a.m. I haven't been to school in a while. 6 a.m. and somebody want to talk shit in the hallways. Let it dust off, let it roll off, because they're going to be a bum bitch in the street anyway. You are a bad bitch, you grade school child, and I love you and I will protect you as best I can.
You know, it's hard having that Teflon, being Teflon and letting those things slide right off you, right? I mean, that's what you tell every kid. Like, don't worry about it. You'll be okay. You know, like, I am a rehabilitated bully. I'm ashamed of it. I was very, very mean to kids in school. That is what I did. And I looked for someone that was meek and that wasn't secure about themselves. And I would make sure to pick on them. Now, let's imagine that at that time, I could also watch on TV and see LGBTQ+ bills being passed and seeing that the government also doesn't like A, B, or C people. That would even give me more fuel to go after these kids. You know, the target on these kids has been put so much bigger because of all the anti-LGBTQ+ bills and horrible rhetoric that is spewed on all televisions everywhere and on our social medias everywhere. You know, I mean, 400%. That is crazy.
That's insane. And we've got, you know, that we have younger viewers that are watching this. And I do just want to pick out one good thing that I heard in this story. I know you're going to be surprised that I can find one good thing.
I'm surprised you could read.
Because I'm this pretty.
Right, that's what it is.
But really what I want people to notice is how much reporting is going on and how important it is that if anything like this happens to you, around you, to someone that you know or love, that find the right way to report that. Maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's an administrator, maybe it's someone at your church, but you've got to find a way to report it and talk about it. And it will get better.
This is what, you know, and angers me so much nowadays, you know. And again, once again, the Republican Party advancing the narrative that is convenient to them. Because now migration, you know, on the southern border, which I'm not by any means, you know, taking importance away from that. Why is a woman like Katie Britt this last week, representing the Republican Party, just talking about something that she was lying about. She should be denouncing this kind of tragedy on the LGBT community. Why is violence against the LGBT community is not important to the Republican Party? Why is that she can go on national television and talking about the boogeyman of the poor immigrant that is escaping the reality to come to the U.S. and generalize that they are all coming here to kill our people. Yeah. But then in the meantime, American kids go to school and sometimes don't come back home. Where is she?
My last day in middle school at a school that I will not name in Virginia Beach, I got pulled out of school in the middle of the day and had to switch schools because there was a plot to kill me after school. A group of students all brought knives. I had no idea that I was in any danger whatsoever, but I've always been, a little flamboyant, little stylish. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't think that we need to worry about the immigrants coming into the country when they have lower crime statistics than our own students going to our own school. So just look out for your kids and ask them what's going on and meet their friends.
And teachers. And, and we're in Florida where you can't even go to your teacher sometimes, Christopher, and that's
not about going to the teacher too, because sometimes the teachers, they're adults. You have to be aware of the circumstances and in the classroom. And also, I had a teacher betray me. I had a teacher tell my mom, and my mom came and got me up out the class, baby. And I had no idea why I was leaving early. I had just got to school, but a teacher had told my mom that I had said I liked a boy. So she don't even know that she changed my entire life. She probably doesn't even know that she is such a huge part of that journey in my relationship with my mom. So that's why it's like, if anything, teachers are the first person in the classroom. When you see those kids, or if you might think a certain way, just always love them. Don't even ask. You don't have to ask. You don't have to invade. You don't have to make a scene. Just love on them and let them know you have them. When you see the bullying, stop it. When you see any type of things going wrong, ask them. But I feel like the teachers are the first hand, which we have great teachers out there. And I think that they do an amazing job and they deserve so much money. But I feel like our first step is definitely letting these teachers know, getting them the proper training to deal with the LGBTQ plus students, because after being I feel like that changed my relationship with teachers for forever.
Of course. How
but again, I was like, how is she hearing this? Like, I didn't even want to talk to my classmates. So it's just like, hug on them, lean on them. You don't have to get too deep. It doesn't have to go past, I see you and I'm protecting you while you're in my classroom and on this campus.
Just that, I see you.
I see you.
There, period, would be all an LGBTQ plus kid needs to hear.
Yeah.
I'm seen.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, just thinking about, like, I was young. Like, I cannot imagine having to be that strong, but thank God I was, and like I am. But like, no kid needs to be thinking about like personal their life and like I hate that. That's what really makes me upset, is because I just think of like my mind at that time. I was forcing myself to be so much more advanced to like protect myself, when it's like I didn't even get to like just be a regular kid and go to school and like learn. It's just not. I don't think it's fair.
And how about if you were outed and you were going back to an unsafe home?
Exactly.
Because
she don't know what my mama did to me when I got home.
I would have been sent to Columbia. I would have been sent away immediately if I was outed as a kid.
Yeah, it was hard.
Wow.
And it was hard. And I think like before parents get involved, before anything outside of school, the school is the one place where this kid is for most of the time, interacting with other people their age. This is the time where we can like add and help them and be an aid for them. So Pride Lines and other nonprofits as well, parents call us all the time, and like students as well. If you ever feel like you are in any harm's way or just need someone to speak with about these situations, please reach out. There is help out here in Florida.
Period. Is that generally though the better advice? Is not necessarily your school, your principal, your teacher, if you don't know where they're coming from, is it to reach out to an organization like that?
I think so, like Google. Absolutely. And I feel like with social media, we have the power to, like, people say we don't know about these things, and think like in South Florida, we are fortunate to have so many resources with nonprofits and things of that nature. But like, imagine being in like West Bumble in like Tuscaloosa somewhere. These kids. So that's why like social media can be very powerful too, of like, we can do virtual mental health counseling. We can do virtual things so that it's everywhere for like everyone to feel that they have somewhere else. So sometimes like until I can get comfortable to tell my family, I can do my work on my own.
Thank you. Yes. And thank you for sharing your story. Really means a lot.
Thank you so much.